What's up, people? Man, am I tired. Oh, we forgot to finish our... Oh, that's right, because I forgot to finish my devlog. I had a visitor, and I think I forgot to finish filling it out, but review necessity of CS changes need to be ping-ponged back to each other. Client CS concluded they don't need to be transferred to other client CS since none of the data is necessary. Okay. And then we would have staged. Okay, yeah, we just forgot to add our little message here for staging and committing, and then we forgot to add our first let's check our extensions. Gotta restart these. I don't know why they don't auto restart when you open VS Code. It just seems like a no-brainer. I'm sure there may be good reason that it doesn't auto restart, but I don't know. Anyway, rearrange the room. I mean, it's not so great now as far as like, I don't know, it doesn't matter. I got a TV and I like rearrange the room completely and stuff. Anyway, so that's why it looks different. I forgot to fill this last time in 3:56. So we did an hour and basically 10 minutes. So just say hour. So it's 2.75 hours total. Okay, cool. Alright, moving on. So hope you had a good day yesterday. Yesterday I didn't do any coding. Like I said, I was busy with life stuff always. But today I'm gonna do it at the very least an hour. Go to the gym and then take a shower, eat, and smash another at least hour. I really want to get back in the habit of doing like 5 hours, and just remembered I have something else that I needed to do. Whatever. Anyway, let's see where we're gonna pick up. So we're starting a new task. We finished our last task completely at the end of last session, so we don't have that much left. Let's see. I discovered we had to add a few more things though. So we have menu screen, creating a login system, other client DC, client-side logic, enter key text function, wait time too fast, search project underscore list, search to find other places where errantly reassigning custom list instances to different list copies. Find an instance wherein we are doing this for clickable card list. Errantly reassigning custom lists. Okay, right. Reduce delay time, remove 3-second custom time list 3x clear. This might not actually be an issue. We're gonna move this one to non-pressing because I don't notice a bug associated with it. So like it might not even be an issue at all. The delay buffer, receive verification logic concerns. Okay, that does need to be looked at. Yeah, we do have to, so we're gonna move this one up above these two because I know these two are yes. And before we add any new system like a menu screen or a login system, we want to take care of like all of the stuff that already exists, you know. So other client DC, we do want to take care of that. We're gonna move this up. I'll put this one above receive verification logic just because I know that's probably easier. And then this enter continue text function. That might be. We'll address that. That's definitely gonna be above these because it's gonna be easier. we'll put this one after. How about that? I like this order. We'll put it after this other client DCCS logic, and then we have search project list. This will probably be the one that I work on, because I'm only gonna do like an hour anyway. So I think this will be the one that I choose. So search project score list 10.5.24. Search the entire project for list. Yeah. All right. And so then we would reduce delay time, remove 3-second data apply buffer altogether. But that does help us to debug, so we're going to hold off on that. And then re-enable sound, fix bugs. We'll re-enable sound after the bug fixing, so this is going to be... We'll do this basically like last. Re-enable sound. Work on bugs in debug, and I'm pretty sure we actually already have fixed all the bugs. I haven't seen the waiting other player bug show up yet since we like fixed a form of it, so we might have fixed it completely. And we'll also add to non-pressing issues skipping card movement, the draw animation, because we do have a card. Fix the skipping card visual during the draw animation. Yeah, we want to fix that eventually. So let's look at our order here. We have project list, other client DC, client side logic, enter continued text function, wait time too fast, receive verification logic concerns. I think from easiest to hardest, I'll put this one second. This one second, okay? Because it makes me feel good to just get stuff off my list, you know what I mean? When your list is really long, it can be really motivating to just shorten your list. It's that simple. And that's really the only reason why I would do this. Review other play cards invisible. We'll do that second to last, so we're gonna review before this. We'll fix bugs. Review, and we'll actually put fix bugs below review. And I think this is a good yeah, so this is a good order for our task list, and we're gonna go ahead and jump in and handle our first issue. So let's copy this and move it up here to current issue. We'll paste it in. And I forgot to paste in post my stream, my little 1 viewer, 2 viewer stream. It helps me. I like talking through it, and I also might one day, probably not, but I've thought about creating a course, a Python beginner course, but they have so many of those. Like, honestly, we don't need another. I think I am a pretty good teacher. I think I would be good at it, because like I'm kind of dumb, and I feel like being a dumb person has helped me to be able to explain things in a very simple way. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's jump in. So search project underscore list. So let's do Control Shift F. Let's search underscore list, and we got a lot of results. This is going to take a minute. So basically we're just running through these, and we're looking to see where we are errantly reassigning custom list instances to different list copies, etc. And we should probably also search for equals empty list as well. So then we'll say progress, we'll just put task progress, and then this will be underscore list, and dot dot dot, and then we'll have equals list, and this one is dot dot dot, and this is going to be current to do. Yeah, so that's good. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. Let's actually use our other side. Alright, so let's connect her, of course. So from change attribute list, okay. I don't want to say all this, it's going to take too much breath to say all this. Lots of this stuff is extra, I don't need to say it. So lots of these are just original assignments, you know, or comments and all that. We don't need to even. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting there. So we have new list equals custom append list, and this is for. So these are going to be melds, right? Dirt check new list. This is for when we're pop meld append if list. So yeah, this is for adding melds to the card groups. So that is not a reassignment, that is an original assignment, so we're good there. Equals. So there's nothing wrong with that. That's just a reference. That's not like a reassignment. A pointer, isn't that what they call it? A pointer. That's fine. I found out today I'm going to be driving the week of Thanksgiving and then from that time forward, which is really cool. I need that money big time. I wait all year for this time of the year to get that money, and looks like we'll be getting it. It's very well. I mean, fingers crossed. I don't expect anything anymore, so if I get it, it's a bonus. If I don't, well, just gotta figure out something else, right? Okay, so all of this is good so far. Not seeing any reassignments. This is probably really all gonna happen in progression. Choose equals C1 and C2. So this is just creating a pointer. It's not reassignment. Yeah, so we're good so far. Clear that list. Nothing wrong with that. Now we go forward. Alright, so here we create an ID list. This is just for skeletonizing the card group data. So we have a copied list. This is the same thing for ID. So we're fine on that. That's not reassignment. This append. Okay. Ref list, player hand, wildcard, ref list. Okay, so this is a reference. Yeah, so apparently we did this, and we should be getting to the, yeah, all this is, I'm not gonna have to worry about this here. We're getting there. It's a lot of instances of this, 1,390, we're probably halfway through. And we had this happen, so this is why we're reviewing it, because we were reassigning it somewhere, which caused it to become a regular list instead of the custom list class, which is the custom append list is what we call it. And it's very important that we have these exist as custom append lists, because that's what handles all of the satellite functions associated with appends and pops and all that. That's one of the main things that contribute to the proper functionality of this game. It's just the way we have it structured. Okay, so this is game state list, it's not custom append list. Probably could have figured out better to search for accurate and eliminate some of these instances, but this is pretty much all encompassing, so I didn't want to exclude any possible instances. I wanted to include as many, as possible. And this is a good reason why you put the data type in the namespace of the object that you're handling. So if you're creating a list and it's for like counting ducks, you call it the counting ducks list. And then when you're done with your project and you have 30 lists, and then you realize, oh man, I need to make sure I'm doing X, Y, and Z with these lists. Instead of having to go through and find all these lists, you can just do a project search for the word list and it will show up like this. Granted, you're gonna have a lot of instances that are extra. That don't match what you're looking for, but overall, just typing one word, hitting Control Shift F, and then hitting up and down for about 15 minutes is a lot easier than doing an entire project search for finding lists. God knows where they would be and what namespaces you would have to check to find them. Clear. Okay, here we go. What's this? ID cards list, or what is this? This might be of concern. Collided cards list. Yeah, we're not gonna have to worry about that. That's not a custom append list before, so we're safe on this, I believe. Card. Yeah, none of these are custom append lists so far, so everything is good so far. So these are all of our custom append lists right here. Bam, bam. Well, that's not entirely true. Some of those are not, but that's the ones we're concerned about. That's why we're doing this. Okay, so now we're in the main file. We should be, if it was happening, it would probably be happening here. So we're looking for making equality too. We're looking at reassignment. So we're going to be looking for equal sign. If we don't see equal sign, then probably don't need to be concerned with it. Okay, looks like we made it through that file, which pretty much means we probably made it through all of the instances that we would be concerned about. And this is not reassignment, this is creating a reference. Transfer list is greater than 0. So the transfer list, that's not a custom append list, so I think we're actually safe on that. receive change attribute list. Receive code tube list. Okay, so these are not custom append lists either, and this is just creating a reference. Apply list. God, this is so many. Jesus. Almost done here. Okay, we're basically done here, and this is where we assign all the custom append lists. Alright, so that's it. We did it. That about put me to sleep. And then all this is just notes and stuff. Yeah, all this is of no concern to us. Bugs debug, devlog. Notes, old features, yeah. Things to do. Okay. Yeah, so we're done there. We didn't find anything. And let's go to the tippy top here and say done. And get rid of that altogether. And this will be current. Well, actually, you know, really the convention is for us to do it like this. So let's do it the right way. Alright, so now let's do Control-Shift-F for equals list. And we don't have very many results for this. 85. So the apply list is not going to be concerned. ID list, copied list, inner list, none of that's going to be of concern to us. The deck, yeah, none of that's going to be concerned. None of that. Same there, same there. All these are just placeholders, which, yep, we can move on from that. Progression, creating a deep copy. Yeah, that should be fine, I think. Meld an object. If list in string type meld lower. Copy equals meld dot copy. Alright, there we go. So we did that. Easy. Okay, cool. So that's one task completely gone. We did it. Cool. So let's get rid of it. Let's copy it and go back to devlog, and we'll say that we finished that task. So we began and finished searching the entire project for a list and equal to list to find other places where we're currently reassigning. Alright, and we finished that at 12:08. So now we're going to copy this little timestamp snippet and we'll change the time to be 12:10 to x, whichever time we finish the next task. And what are we going to do next? Okay, so let's find out. We have enter continue text function wait time too fast, so that's next on the list. We'll take care of this. And this will require us to test the game, so we're going to multiply the terminal here. We're going to do cd canasta /main. We'll copy this and paste it in each terminal instance. Crank up the server, crank up the clients, and the second client the same. And I have to use the restroom, so I'll be right back. Alright, back. Alright, so let's finish this last little 30 minutes. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to enter in the name. And what I'm doing here is I want to pay attention to my enter continue text. And as you can see right now, this is enter continue text. See how it gave me some time to hit enter, and if I don't hit enter, it continues to the game proceeds. It like waits for you for 3 seconds to read it. If you haven't read it and hit enter at that point, then it proceeds to the next progression text, assuming that you just didn't hit enter but have read the message. So here, it's working fine actually. I mean, I feel like it's giving us plenty of time. So this is making me lean towards the idea that it's not enter continue text that's the issue, but more so it's okay, so this one is actually causing us to wait on something else. So maybe enter continue text active is the problem, but there's another while loop running that is causing us to pause at certain points of the game. So maybe the enter continue text active actually is short, but in certain places there's another while condition that is causing the enter continue text active to go on longer than what it normally would. I don't know though, that just doesn't seem likely to me. I know that I'm pretty sure this problem happens around during the play, where the one of the players makes their play, selects their cards, and then we get some big text back, like a 3-line progression text output that says a whole bunch of stuff, and it like goes too quickly through that. I think I want to say that's where I remember that from. See, so here, that was a bit fast. You saw that? That was a bit fast. What was that? Hold up. This is why we have live outputs here. So what just happened? What was this last one? Emmet is currently, no, it wasn't that one. It wasn't that one. It was before. Let's see. Oh, and I can search here for progression text. So I can actually do Control F. And I never do this, but we're going to start from the end and go back. Okay, so then it's, which method would you like to use to draw? Click your preferred option. So that one is going to remain there. So it's not that one. It's not, oops, it's not that one either. And then we'll go back to number 6. In place of red 3, you drew an ace. Okay, I think this was the one where the enter continue text active was really fast. So let's look at this section of code real quick. Let's do Control Shift F to search through the project. And it's not going to show up here because we have a specific card mentioned, and it has to just be a generic. There we go. So we found it, and we want it to be on this side over here. Alright, so this is inside of red 3 check, and we have a very simple thing going on here. We have a for loop. We assign the progression text to the associated game, and then we run the enter continue text function. Very simple. Point blank period the end. So, I mean, it's crazy to say that, but all the other times enter continue text, like those text messages were very easy to read. I didn't feel like I didn't have enough time to read them. But this one, I did feel like it was too fast. So that seems to imply there is something else on top of the enter continue text that is giving it more time to read. Which just seems weird though, because that was so many instances of progression text. That was at least 10 or 15, 10 of them. I didn't have a problem. So it could be stacking, delay stacking. So let's look at the function here and see how much time are we giving them. Okay, so it says 10 seconds. That's a really long time. So let's review the entire function because it's pretty small. So we have enter continued text function takes game object 1, game object 2 equaling none as default. Begin time. We start the timer. Okay. And this will give us a new time value every time. I'm quite certain we've verified that. It won't go off of the time that we that we created the function. It would go off of the time that the function's executed. And I'm like, that seems common sense, and I'm pretty sure I tested this before, but instead of looking for it, I think it's probably faster to just test it again. So we'll do import time. Actually, we'll move this down here for our next test. Then we'll do def just call it F, and I forgot to import time, so we're gonna import time first, and then we will say x equals time dot time ns, because we're doing ns, right? Just to be as one-to-one as we possibly can. Where is the file? It's not open. Oh. Well. Okay, so you have to double click on it, or else when you go away from it, when it's italicized, the file name tab, it will exit whenever you like change tabs. So yeah, it does use ns, so we have x equals time ns, and now we're gonna run f. Well, yeah, we'll just, yeah, to be one-to-one, we'll do print x, and then we'll run f, and then we'll do time.sleep, and we'll sleep for 2 seconds, and we'll run f again, and we'll sleep for 2 more seconds. It could just be 1, it doesn't have to be 2. And then we'll run f again, or oops, we'll run f again. There we go. So let's run this, and let's see what the output is. So we did control F5 for that. And as you can see, we do have a new output, so we get 2088. That should be the second. Then we get 2089, and then 2090. So yeah, every time you run the function, you get a new output, which is what you expect. That's exactly what we want to happen. So now that we verified that, we can X out of that. We'll go back over, where exactly should we look? Okay, yeah, so we're going to finish reviewing this function. So we know this works correctly. Then we set the enter continued text active equal to true for game object 1. Okay, now that will trigger the while loop via the setter. And then if game object 2 is equal to none, which in this case it is, yeah, if it's equal to none, if there's only one game object, then while game 1 object game object 1 enter continuous text active is equal to true if time ns minus begin time is greater than or equal to while game object 1 enter continuous text active is equal to true if the time the current time, let's just say the begin time was 1. Now the time would be 1.1 minus 1 would be 0.1. And then the next time it'll be 1.2 minus 1, so then it would be 0.2. So our result would continue to grow until it got to this number, which is 10 billion nanoseconds, which is supposed to be 10 seconds. So let's verify just real quick using Google to make sure that this number is accurate. So Google and it's called nanoseconds to seconds. So that is indeed correct. That is the correct amount of digits, and it looks like they're both the same, so we don't have a discrepancy here between these two numbers in the two different sections. We then say while energy is equal to true if the time minus the begin time is greater than or equal to 10 seconds. It would then change enter continue text active to false. So like, did I hit enter and not realize it? I don't think I did, guys. I don't think I hit enter. Now, the only other thing that's not here that could affect it would be the enter continue text active maybe something triggered the enter continue text active to be false. So first, let's look at the def enter continue text, and really, before we even do that, let's just play through a little bit more, and I want to see if we can get it to happen again, because maybe I was so used to playing this. See, so I'm not gonna hit enter. So it's supposed to be 10, so that was 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So those were fine. Those worked as it should. Alright, so now we're going to select our cards. Click play selected cards. And this, I think, is where we get a bad experience concerning this here. See that? Yeah, it only gave us, yeah, see that right there? That only gave us like 4 seconds. So that was our really long progression text. Let me see if I can get that one again, because, well, actually, I don't have to guess. I can, or I don't have to like scramble and freak out. I can literally find it here. What was the really long one? Okay, so it's not this one. It's not at least one of your, it's this one, number 10. Jay, you have some attempted methods that do not pass through requirements. Yeah, for whatever reason, this one, so let me write this down in the things to do. So we did verify, so we'll put what we discovered. So we verified NS value is correctly set to 10 seconds. We verified issue does exist, although only in certain places. And then we'll just put places where this issue was apparent. And we have the first one being whenever we got the red 3. Let's see if we can find exactly the text itself. Here it is. In place of your red 3, you drew a bam. So that's 1. And then we have another one, which is going to be number 10. And it's this long one. Alright. So let's copy that. Double quotes, and then bam. Alright, so you have some Alright, and now we need to figure out what is causing this. So we verified that it does exist. We're gonna look now inside of the enter continue text active and see if there's a clue here. So inside of the setter, wonder if it could have to do with lock acquisition. No, that wouldn't do it. Yeah, that couldn't be the problem. That would cause a deadlock. That wouldn't be like the opposite of like, it wouldn't make it faster, it would make it slower. And our problem is it's faster than what it should be. Okay, so we have type values equal to tuple. It would go to else, data transfer function. It would change the internal, and then it would set the enter continue text object equal to val. Wonder if that could be causing an issue. Probably not though. That's all it does. So that's all this does. Let's look at the enter continue text object, and I don't think this is gonna be. I don't think we're gonna find anything here, but let's check. Kind of go in order here. You know, I used to be all over the place, but I have learned that just going, you know, in order is the way to go. From the source to the endpoint, it's just smarter. So why would we set the val of the enter continue text object to false? So this is strange. I don't know why this is set to if val is equal to false. I didn't think we would set this to false. Maybe there's a place where we do this. It's like set to none, like an equivalent of like a resetting of this value to a boolean instead of an actual object. Why is this checking for false? Shouldn't it check Ooh. So we'll check that another time. But the next thing to look for is enter continue active being set to false. No results found. Okay, let's... What? Did I spell it wrong? Okay, so I did. I spelled something wrong here. Enter continue. Oh, enter continue text active. Is that? Yeah, there we go. Forgot a word. Okay, so now we can look at this, and we have enter continue text function. All right, if they hit enter, I wonder if no, we're not hitting enter on accident. Like there's no way. I'm not that like autopilot, you know. So we set it to if GameObject2 is equal to none. Alright, so in this case it is equal to none. If it's not equal to none, maybe that's the problem. Maybe whenever it's displayed to both of them. I don't think so though. Enter continue text active. Okay. So we don't have to worry about those. That's when it's originally set. Okay, so this might be... No, this is only if we hit enter. K return. Strange. Enter continue text active is set to false. And this happens only... in the case of if text input active is equal to true. So this is if we press a key, and if text input, no, sorry, if enter continue text active is true, and if the event key is equal to Pygame K return. Could it be that whenever we hit enter beforehand, it's like maybe counting it as 2 keystrokes, and then in the queue it's triggering the enter after the fact? You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you hold down a key, it will, you know, even though you hit the key once, it like multiplied it. Maybe in the event queue, it's gotten multiplied, and when it goes to that next progression text, it's still got some returns queued up in the event queue, and then it processes them at that point in time, which would prematurely cause the enter continue text active set to false. I don't think that would be the problem, but I mean that's the whole point of being wrong and like discovering things, is you don't think and then you learn. Like you think something is not, and you find out it is. Just look a little bit further. I really don't think that's the issue though. I don't want to assume though. I've been wrong so many times. I will look at whatever seems most likely. So let's just go back, look at it one more time. So I have progression text for red 3 and range of... So look at this function real quick. Red 3 check. We assign the game using the current player, which we could pass in the ID, I'm pretty sure. So this needs to be changed. For quite certain we could pass in the ID instead of the whole player object. True. Alright, so then we have prior red 3 meld length. Okay, not gonna affect us. Current card in hand copy. Append to red 3 meld. Not gonna affect us. If the length is not equal to the current length, if drawn is equal to true, in this case we end up where? Okay, we end up going past all this. So you red 3, the card will be placed in your hand. So, and where do we get game from? Is that the problem? Oh, very simple. I think I just figured it out, guys. Yeah, so I think, maybe I'm wrong. No, so we assign the game using the current player, and it would have to be, no, yeah, we have to have the correct game assigned, because otherwise it would show up on the other person's screen, right? So it's not going to be that simple. Alright, then we get to this for loop, and the for loop is not going to rush us. It can't force us. What if it's so then we have current player hand append, and then we have in place of your red 3 you drew a hand -1 and then pass it in the game. And we run that function again. I don't know, guys. This is so text function. Is there something wrong with how we're passing this here? Make text function we pass in game. I don't think that's problematic. I don't think that's bugged. So I'll just put a theory before I forget it, and I don't necessarily think this is a problem, but, and I'm like, am I hallucinating this problem? Is this something I'm imagining? I don't. Is it taking so long to load the progression text, like that technically the time has passed and it's you just perceive it as having not passed because the progression text display happens later than what it should? I don't think that would be the issue either. That would imply like a really slow data exchange, right? Because the server side handles all of this progression through the game, and this is all being handled by one thread, and that would imply that, okay, we turn our timer off, we finished our hour, and oops, see, I hit a fucking button and I don't know what button I just hit. Let's do Control Z. Okay, there we go. Hopefully I didn't break anything with that. But I hit F9, F10, F11. Oh, I hit F11. Okay, and that, yeah, that changes it to this weird mode. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, so with theory 1, we'll say root cause theory 1, and then we have root cause theory 2. Just, you know, to write them down, it's good to note. We'll say first one would be, which I think is probably more likely, and I'm already forgetting it with my goldfish brain. What was it? Not the one we were just talking about, but the one before that. Oh yeah, event queue is using old return key presses after the fact, which prematurely triggers event handler to change enter continue text active back to false. And then root cause theory number 2 would be progression text display delay causing perception of shortened display time, but actually is full 10 seconds. And now that I just don't buy. And then I don't to actually solve this, we need to, or troubleshoot method number 1 is we're gonna add in logging to enter continue text function, or enter continue text active setter to log the times to see if sometimes it is prematurely triggered. Yeah, so that's what we'll do next. But it's been over an hour. It's been like an hour and 10. I'm gonna go to the gym. Man, I'm so tired, dude. Donating plasma and working at UPS and going to the gym and stuff, it just takes it out of you. It makes you really tired. And I only got 7 hours of sleep because I'm an idiot. And because I was tired, I drank caffeine later. So I went to bed later because I wasn't as tired. And, you know, that cycle of, like, you know, you have to be smart. Don't take any more caffeine after, like, 3 p.m. Which I broke the rule. And instead of getting 8 hours, I got 7 hours. So instead of being nice and refreshed, I was not as refreshed. So anyway, life goes on. And don't mind the mask back there. It's me and my kids. I got masks all throughout my room. Me and the kids painted together, and that was the one that I painted. It's my favorite. And then all the kids' masks. Zeta made a really awesome one. The first one she made was the best one. It was like a squirrel, and she freaking took it home, and I don't have it now. So I got another cool one that she made. That's really awesome. Let me show you. So this is her second one that she made. She's only 7. She's very artistic, but she's very good at like art and stuff. She did a really good job, dude. Look at this. 7 years old, no help, and with just limited time. We were just at McDonald's, and really awesome butterfly style mask. I got those off of Temu. Pretty good deal. kids really enjoyed doing it. And then Chirons, this was a while back. I just never really showed. And this is Chirons. I think this was Chirons. Really awesome, actually. I love this. This one's actually dope. I might like this better than Zeta's. And it's like, damn, it's actually really awesome. It's scuffed a little bit. Or no, it's not scuffed. He added a little bit of white. I'm pretty sure this was Chirons. I don't think Azrael made that one. Maybe that was Azrael's. I don't know. I wish I could remember. That sucks. I should have wrote their name on it. It's gonna piss me off. And then here's one that I made when I used the whack one, the one that's only half of the face, because we didn't have. I let them use the cool ones, and I was going to use the pretty cool mascot. Mine doesn't have the string on it. I forgot to put the string on it, but pretty fun activity. Nonetheless. Just gonna hang it up, but alright, well, anyway, I'm gonna go to the gym, punch on the punching bag, take a shower, try to get my energy back up. Probably gonna fail at that. Come back and eat a little bit and do some more coding. And we'll put what we did here. So we did 12:10 to actually 12:45, and we began fixing. We'll call this the enter continue text active bug. I have to piss like really bad, and then we'll just put it to 12:45, and then damn, I have to piss like so bad, and then XX to XX for the next session.